everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome one and all to episode 183 of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. Last week it was the turn of that 4-coin sovereign proof set from 1985. Really cool set, I love it. And it seems like a lot of you did too, because it was very well received in last week's episode. This week though, we are checking in on the White Horse of Hanover, the latest Queen's Beast series coin. These are the proof versions. We'll have to wait another couple of weeks, probably actually about 6 weeks in fact, before the Bullion versions arrive as part of the big group orders. Those ones are delayed, but the other coins in the group orders will be coming soon. And next week we're going to be doing a rapid fire In Focus Friday of some of the coolest items within the big group order, but that's for next time. This week it's all about the Queen's Beast, so we're going to have a look at the new version, the new design, talk about it. It is the 8th out of 10. There are only 2 left of the Queen's Beast in proof to come. Same with Bullion, I think, but there's some 10 ounces which are still lagging behind in terms of the release schedule. So lots to think about for the Queen's Beast series going forward into 2020 and then 2021 when the series will theoretically finish. So let's crack on with the White Horse of Hanover. So this is the latest Queen's Beast proof coin. Now I'm only collecting the 1/4 ounce gold and the 1 ounce silver versions. So we'll have a look at, let's get them both out and then we can have a look at the gold one first, because gold is the most shiny, lovely piece out there. So there's the silver one for you all to look at in the background whilst we get this out. So as with all of the Raw Mint products, I mean, let's do it properly. Let's have a proper review. So Raw Mint have really stepped their game up in terms of the outer packaging on their deliveries. They come in hard cardboard boxes now. You may well have seen a couple of weeks ago when I did an unboxing of the Britannia coins. It was a huge box, loads of polystyrene foam peanuts and things, very well protected, and the box, the outer boxes here are, perfectly conditioned, which is great. Inside, got this kind of cardboard covered box here, pretty good quality, really nice embossed logo on the top. And then the real good stuff is the gloss finish box that we have here. These are the same for all of the Queen's Beast series sets that we've seen in the 1/4 ounce gold. Really high quality, nice felt bottom. They do kind of fingerprint up quite easily because they're quite gloss finish, but that rubs off quite nicely with a yellow duster. There is the coin itself inside, and we have it in its customary little kind of removable magnetic, so this actually stands up if you want it as a display item, which I think is really nice, and it's of course fitting in with the rest of the series, which is really good. For those of you who are curious, we did not luck out with this particular issue and get serial number 1 like we did for the 1/4 ounce Britannia in platinum. If we can get it to focus, there we go, that's the COA you get. Nice little sturdy COA, very good high thick cardboard, number 331 for me. There's all of the particulars. We will go over these a little bit more detail as we go, but 1000 mintage for this with a limited edition presentation of 1000, so there's not going to be any additional kind of overall sets of them, and there's a little bit of information there from the mint. And yeah, so very good little COA and presentation. I always like the Raw Mint presentations. They do a very good job on those side of things. And then one thing we'll just have a quick look at before we get to the coin is the little information booklet that comes along with all of them as well, which I always like. I'm not going to read this all for you now, but you can have a pause and have a look and a read if you so wish. But one of the things I love about the Queen's Beast set is that we do get all of this extra information about 10 different, very different sort of heraldic symbols and figures and meanings from history, from the royal history here in the United Kingdom. And the White Horse of Hanover is a significant one because it was the changeover of the royal family, as it were, from Charles I, I think it was, to then, no, was it Charles? No, it wasn't Charles I. It was Queen Anne, beg your pardon, the last of the Stuarts, so I was in the right sort of family, with Queen Anne dying in 1714, and then it passed to George of Hanover. So George of Hanover brought over the White Horse of Hanover as that sort of symbol, that heraldic symbol from his household. Of course, he was of the Germanic persuasion, so to speak, so it was that start of that kind of Germanic ties for the British royalty there in terms of the top spot. So here is the White Horse of Hanover in 1/4 ounce gold. I love the proof versions of these coins. The Bullion versions will often have a kind of lattice pattern in the background, but I just absolutely adore the really high quality proof shiny finish that you see on these with the frosted Queen's Beast in the centre there. it's one thing I've commented a lot on the Queen's Beast coins, that a lot of their like detail parts of the figures on their bullion coins are often just shiny, reflective, and it doesn't exemplify a lot of the design details. But when you get a frosted version like this particular quarter-ounce gold, you really do see the exemplified details of the horse, or whatever the design, the pattern is, exploding from the coin, which I really like, and that's, in my opinion, a really, really good design feature. You see the high quality stripe there. I have had a good close look at this already. I'm not seeing any imperfections on it, which is quite important for me on these sets, because they are the ones that I will be keeping for a long time, and hopefully in time, when these have appreciated in value very well, they will be converted into bullion grade gold, is the theory and the plan. But in the meantime, I will be enjoying them and loving them, because they are my favourite series of all time so far in collecting silver and gold. Here is the other side, Queenie. Really, really high quality strike again. There's not much more you can say on that. Again, it's my only criticism of any kind of coin that I suppose comes out from a lot of these places is that the reverses are often just the Queen. That's it. There's no kind of follow through onto the other side. Now I can understand that, because this is a very traditional series. It's very much about that kind of royal Queen's Beast side of things, and it is meant to be all about this side for the horse. But it's an interesting one. So I'm not too bothered about it, but some people are a little bit bothered about the boring nature of the back of some of these coins. Now, the Queen's Beast White Horse of Hanover itself, here it is. Let's talk about the design. Let's actually have the silver one up for a moment as well, so we can see the design a little bit bigger, because of course the 1 ounce silver version is significantly larger in size than the quarter ounce of gold. So a lot of people have criticised the horse here as being a little bit lackluster. At the end of the day, it's a horse. There's not a great deal you can do with it in terms of design. I do like the swishing tail that goes around the back of the horse and the shield. I think that's probably my favourite part of the feature. It is a very muscly horse, that is for sure. There's definitely a theme. We had the bodybuilder of Mortimer, as I called it, the white lion of Mortimer, with some significant muscles on it. And now we have the horse here with some significant muscular features too, which is fine. That's, I guess, going through the theme a bit. But as a lot of people have pointed out, it seems like the designs have become less exciting, whether that's just due to the nature of the animals in question, but they've become a little less exciting from the first issues of the lion, the dragon, the unicorn. Those are the big mythological creatures where you can take a little bit more liberty with the design of them, I suppose. At the end of the day, a horse is a horse, and I think a lot of people said that the first one to really go downhill was the bull, and it was just basically a muscular bull. I guess that's part of the problem. It is just a horse, that you can't do a great deal with the design of a horse. But I think it's still pretty good. I like it. It's certainly not my least favourite of the series. I haven't really thought about what my least favourite would be. Perhaps the bull, I don't know. But for some people it is their least favourite. I don't really mind too much. Now the silver version here is the 1 ounce version that I'm collecting. This one in my mind is a little bit of a... It's a bit of a money loss earner. I don't think this is going to make money. In fact, I think it's probably going to depreciate in value over time. It's a proof 1 ounce coin. It's quite an expensive piece of silver to have, that is for sure. But it is probably the only versions of the entire series, and that includes some of the gold and silver bullion versions that we'll probably keep for posterity for the very long term, just to enjoy, because I don't really mind losing a little bit of money on them if I have to, but I'd rather hold on to them, if I'm being honest, and enjoy them rather than just realise a loss on them. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but it's one of those things. If you are collecting a series because you enjoy the series and you really want to have and hold that for posterity, then from my opinion these are the highest quality versions of the coins that you'll have. And again, with the shiny proof background, it really does just exemplify the actual design of the coins themselves, which I really like. Now, I wanted to finish this video by just talking about the symbol of the White Horse of Hanover, and it's in all of these booklets. By the way, this big booklet here from the silver version is exactly the same as the quarter ounce gold, just a little bit bigger. I really like learning about the sort of history of all of these, and I did not really appreciate this, but then when reading through it, of some of the sort of symbolism and the history of the white horse in mythology and heraldry, it kind of started to make a little bit of sense. And apparently, throughout history, white horses have appeared in mythology of cultures all around the world and considered to be sacred animals, even as early as 486 BC. Seen as spirited and powerful beasts, they are often associated with wisdom and strength. In heraldry, the horse is traditionally a symbol of speed, intellect, and Vertility. So yes, it's really interesting, and the nerd in me, the absolute nerd in me, was then immediately drawn to Shadowfax from The Lord of the Rings, Gandalf's white horse, who is of course meant to be associated with Gandalf, wisdom and strength, and he is very, very fast. He is meant to get you from from Rohan to Gondor in just a couple of days, which is very, very good. So I thought that was interesting, and there's even other things here. The white horse. There's a Kentish white horse depicted on the side of a hillside in Kent, and you just kind of think, you learn, and you see all of these, which I really love. And that's one of the cool things about the coin market. You can learn about new things, and you do learn about new things as you discover and buy new coins, which I think is really, really interesting. So there we have the White Horse of Hanover in its proof form in 1/4 ounce gold and silver. Love the colour of this gold. I know gold is a fantastic colour anyway, but certainly compared with the silver, I think it just looks better. I really do. The silver's great, but at, £85 per issue for the silver compared with £510 per issue for the 1/4 ounce gold, certainly much more within a lot of people's budgets. But as I said, I do think this one is a bit of a lost leader. I don't think it's going to hold its premium very well, if at all. The 1/4 ounce golds have a good chance. We haven't really talked about mintages and things, so let's just go back very quickly to the COA and talk about some of the specifics on this 1/4 ounce gold, which is, in my opinion, the key item within any of the Queen's Beast proof series at the moment, the 1/4 ounce gold. With a mintage of 1000, it certainly has a lower mintage than some of the previous issues. I think the highest one was the first issue of the Lion, and that was 2500, and they've progressively come down over time. So with a mintage of 1000, it's certainly potentially got some legs to it, but you just never know. So I think it's good. I like it. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on it. Let me know your thoughts on the design, on the series to date. We are now waiting for 2 more in the series still to come. So there will be one which I'm really, really looking forward to, and that's the Greyhound, which I think will be the next in terms of the issue from the Royal Mint proof versions, and then the last one will be the Griffin of England. Of course, the Griffin is already out in its bullion form, but the proof form is taking its time. It's number 10 out of 10, so that's the one that everybody is excited about, because the Griffin in its bullion forms is the best performing of all. It's the most aesthetically pleasing, and I think that when that proof version of the Griffin comes out, it's going to be hot, 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 especially if it's got a mintage of only 1000 like this 1/4 ounce gold. That's my prediction. Don't take that as financial advice, but I do think it's going to be a hot coin when it does come out. So let me know your thoughts on these as we go throughout the video. Please do feel free to comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, please do put a thumbs up on it. I know it's a little bit YouTube cringy, but it really does help our channel if you do put a like, a share, a comment on it. I know that's kind of, as I said, YouTube cringe, but it really does help support the channel. Otherwise, that's it from us. If you want to see next week's episode, which will be a rapid fire In Focus Friday on a whole bunch of different items as part of this big group order that we're expecting imminently, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, that's it. Have a fantastic weekend ahead. Thank you all for watching, and please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.